All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. I hope my voice is coming good and clear, and please don't forget to share the link with your friends and to download it after we finish the video. Uh, a Muslim, he sent me this article by Dr. Shabir Ali. Now, I know, I wish that I can have Shabir Ali as a guest, but as you know, we invited him many times, and people, they challenged him many times. And Shabir Ali, and actually even ABN TV, they set up a debate between me and him, and then he retarded, like he backed down. And the reason is very simple. He knew that he is no match. And, I mean, he can use all the excuses you want. If Shabir Ali really is a person, he's a high leak, he's the high, what is going to make you lose? I mean, you debated everybody. What stopping Shabir Ali from, okay, say this Christian prince, every few days there's some Muslims leaving Islam because of him, I'm going to get him busted one time for good. But he don't dare to do that because he knew he's no match. So Dr. Shabir Ali, first of all, he is not a doctor, because doctor is somebody who speak in academic way, and somebody learned that when he speak, he have to give a proofs. And when you fabricate a proofs and make it fit with your propaganda and agenda, that is not a proof. That is proof that you are a false person. I'm not insulting him, I'm just analyzing what he do. And today we have an article in front of us. I'm going to show it to you. And as it is, this is not my words, this is not my statement, this is Shabir Ali talking. I wish I can play videos of him, because that will make us enjoy it more, because it's kind of a comedy. The Bible denies the divinity of Jesus. I mean, who in the world can believe in such a madness? The Bible deny the divinity of Jesus. Are you sure? This article has been taken from the website of Dr. Brother Shabir Ali. Answer, Islam Answer Back. With some editing, it contains the following. The editing they did just to summarize the ideas to make it simple, but they did not take his statement off. Following 7 arguments which prove the Bible denies the divinity of Jesus. Argument number 1: none of the Bible writers believe that Jesus is God. Can you believe it? Shabir Ali saying none of the Bible writers believe that Jesus is God. Who is a Muslim here? He agree with this lie. None of the Bible writers believe in Jesus as God. So what they believe in him? None of them. I mean, you did not even leave one, like just one, please. I mean, come on, Shabir Ali. Like, come on, Shabir. For the sake of your beard, man. Like, it's not all your beard is white, there's still some black hair. So are you saying all the beard was white, no black? 4 of them? 4 of them? So here you start seeing the lies and the stupidity. This is not only a lie, it is a stupidity. None of the Bible writers believe that Jesus is God. You can go right now to Google, Prophet Google, peace upon him, and you will find endless numbers of verses from the 4 Gospels saying that Jesus is God. Let me do a little search. I'm not going even to study for it, or I will do just little tiny search in Google, Prophet Google, peace upon him, and we will see if Shabir Ali is saying the truth or he is just a fake sheikh. Okay, I just did the search and I got this website. I have nothing to do with this website. It's just like a little search. All right, and here we go. Jesus being God. I and the Father is our one. Which book? John chapter 10 verse number 30. John chapter 1 verse 14. John chapter 8 verse number 58. Isaiah, even the Old Testament, 9:6. John 1:1. Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 8:6. We have enough about John. Let us go and see other books. Hebrews, Peter, Revelation, Exodus, James, Matthew. I'm not going to count in John because we have enough. Matthew, Acts, Hebrew, Mark, Revelation, Acts, Peter. I mean, do you see the endless numbers of Mark? I mean, what is this guy is talking about? What this guy is talking about? The Bible does not have verses that Jesus is God. This is some of the verses saying that Jesus is God. Yet he is saying none of those who the writer of the Bible, they believe that Jesus is God. So this article written like for who? To be honest with you, I see this article is written for like somebody is trying to convince himself that or he wrote this article for those who they are already convinced that Jesus is God, so they will not argue and they will not check it out. And those are the Muslims. So whatever you say, they say to you, brother, we believe, brother. So Shabir Ali, if you have little dignity and honesty, you should not say such a statement, because all the four Gospels and the book of Acts, Revelation, all they contain, and they are full from the beginning to the end. Open the first page in Mark, the first page in John. What are you talking about? Evidence from the act of the apostle. What is the act of the apostle? Peter stood up with 11 disciples and addressed the crowd, saying, men of Israel, listen to this. Jesus of Nazareth was a man created by God. To you by miracles, wonders, and signs, which God did among you through him, as yourself know. Okay, hold on. So Shabir Ali saying that Jesus is a man between you, but he was a man, my friend. The Christian, they believe that Jesus is God and a man, so nothing new here. I mean, are you trying to convince us that Jesus was a man? Jesus, many times he said the Son of Man, the Son of Man, the Son of Man. So if you are trying to say that he is here is called man, you fail, because Jesus himself, he called himself, because he is coming in the flesh of man and he is born of Mary. This is all the news. But if we go to the book of Acts, just to show you the hypocrisy and the fallacy with the long beard of Shabir Ali, if we go to the book of Acts chapter 2 verse number 22, the same chapter he chose, it confirms clearly that Jesus is God. Did you ask yourself why he quote 2:22? He did not read after. Did you ask yourself? Let us see. Okay, let me open Act. Give me a second. Act 20 chapter 2, as he chose. All right. Here we go. This is Act chapter 2 verse number 22, the one Mr. Shabir Ali with his long beard is, he used to prove to you that Jesus is not God. But he stopped here. He read from men, sons of Israel. Hear these words. Yeshua the Nazarene is the man who appeared to you from God with mighty work and with signs, with miracles, which God did among you. God did among you. By what? By his hands. Did you see, guys? The same verse he quote for us says that God, he did miracles by what? By the hands of Jesus. What does that mean? The same verse. You see, if miracle happened by God, it's not my hands who did the miracles, because it's God. But if my hands did the miracles, that's mean my hands is the hands of God. So God, he did the miracles of Jesus by the hands of Jesus. Why? Because later we will see that Jesus is the visible image of the invisible God. So the hands of Jesus is the visible hands of the invisible hands of God. And look what it says. And this is why Shabir Ali, the deceiver, he did not continue. He says, as you know, this is one who is separated him for this in the knowledge and will of God. You have betrayed into the hands of the wicked, and you have cancelled, you have certified and murdered, crucified and murdered, sorry. But here the verse confirm that Jesus, he was crucified. But Shabir Ali is using the same book to prove to us that Jesus is not God. So do you believe in this chapter or you don't believe? Here you see the hypocrisy. Shabir Ali, he will not like this. He will say, I'm not going to mention it. I don't believe that Jesus was crucified. So either you believe in the whole thing or you don't believe. And then, but God raised him and he destroyed the destruction. And then I want you here to see, after we read this, it was not possible for him to be healed captive in like in the grave, or to be no grave can contain Jesus. For David said him. David what said? About him. About him who? About Jesus. I foresaw my Lord always who was upon my right hand. Who is the one saying my Lord about Jesus? David. This is the same chapter. This and the funny, they say to us, none of the writers in the Bible, they say that Jesus is God, but here he is quoting for you what David said about him. David saying that the Messiah is my Lord. So why, Shabir Ali, who claimed that he is a doctor, he did not quote the whole thing? Because he is a liar, he's a deceiver. And not only that, if we go down in the same chapter, look what it says. For David had not ascended to heaven, because he said, the Lord Jehovah said to my Lord, sit at my right hand, until I make your enemy footstool for your feet. Let therefore the whole house of Israel know that God made this Yeshua, Lord Jehovah, the Messiah, whom you had crucified. Do you see who is he? He is Jehovah. And the liar, he says, the proof that Jesus is not God from the book of Acts chapter 2. Verse number 22, when the holy chapter saying that Jesus is God. And not only that, we are not done. And when they heard these things, they were stricken in their heart, and they say to Simon and the rest of the apostle, what should we do, brothers? And Simon said to them, return to God and be embraced, every one of you, in the name of the Lord Jehovah Yeshua. I mean, how this guy, he have even the courage to fabricate such a lie? Do you think people, they will not go and read? This is the same chapter you choose. I'm not picking up my cherries. This is the chapter you choose to prove to us that Jesus is not God. This is Act chapter 2. The same chapter he chose for us to prove that Jesus is not God. Read, here we go. Huh? He quotes from Act 2:22. And look what he make a comment. It was God, therefore, who did the miracle through Jesus to convince people. But it says here, by the hands of Jesus. And this is why he did not want to read and look here. He go to chapter in the same book. This is Shabir Ali. Take the following reference for an example. Okay, what example? God has raised this Jesus, Act 2:32. And then he says, God had made this Jesus whom you crucified Lord and Christ. You just quote for us a verse says God, he made him Lord. You just said God, he made him Lord. So does it say there that he is God? And by the way, here the translation, this is a translation of the Bible, but the more accurate is here, he is Jehovah. Let therefore the whole house of Israel, truly God has made this Yeshua Lord Jehovah. So he's telling them, this is the made of God. The flesh of Jesus, the man Jesus, is Jehovah in the flesh. He is the visible image of the invisible God. And the funny, he is quoting there and says, look, in both passages, the title God is turned away from Jesus. That's not true. He just called him Lord. This is Jehovah. For Peter, Jesus was a servant of God. You believe it? Shabir Ali went not. Jesus is the servant of God. How he can serve? My friend, Jesus is a servant of us too. What Jesus said about himself, I came to serve, not to be served. Do you see it? Jesus, he said, I came to serve. So God, he humbled himself and he became a servant. This is a very silly, stupid argument. Not only he is servant of God, for what he's doing is the work of God, because what servant of God mean? Anyone who do the work for for the glory of God, right? Okay. Was Jesus doing the work of the glory of his Father? Yes, he was. Did he say everything I do, my Father do too? Yes, he did. He said, my Father is working and I'm working too. So my Father is serving and I am serving. And that because our Lord is a true Lord. The Messiah himself, he said, the one who lowered himself, he will become a master, and the one who is so proud is not. So our God, he is extremely humble. This is why he said, my Father is greater than me. Why? Because I'm coming to you in the flesh of the man. Why he's greater than me? I have a physical shape. And the Bible says, for God, he humbled himself. He what? He humbled himself. So when the Muslim, they try to prove to you an issue, never listen to what they say, but because they fabricate and they change the meaning. And even in their quotation, it says that Jesus, the disciple, they call Jesus Lord. He is Lord and he is a Christ. So how you saying in the title, in the top, it says none of the disciples of Jesus believe that Jesus is Lord. What Lord mean? If I go to the Quran and I type the word Lord, what the word Lord mean? Let us see. Chapter number 1, verse number 2. Alhamdulillahi Rabbi. This is the same word, by the way, in Hebrew. This is not an Arabic word. This is not actually Arabic language does not exist. Arabic is a collection of languages. Most of it is coming from the Aramaic and mix of other languages, including Hebrew. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Who is Rabb? Who is that Lord? The Muslim, they will say Allah. Okay. Qala Ibrahim Rabbi. Who is this Rabbi? They will say God. Okay. Chapter 2, verse number 260. Rabbi. Who is that God? Rabbi. وقالت امرأة عمران Rabbi. So each time you say Rabb, you are calling God. So how you say to me they strip him from the word God? Why? By calling him Rabb. They just called him Rabb. Do you see the hypocrisy? And do you see how they lie to you? They have no dignity. All those verses in the Quran is using the word Rabb, and all of it is about God. Rabb, Rabb, Rabb. Look, look, look. Rabb, Rabb, Rabb. All those verses. I can find you how many? Hold on. 126 times in the search engine. 126 times the word Rabb appear in the Quran, and all of it it's about God. So for Shabir Ali, the word Rabb is not God. They strip Jesus from the word God. Do you see the hypocrisy? If I use the logic of Shabir Ali that the word Rabb is not God no more, that means the Quran is gone. Because here it says Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So who is this guy who is not God you are worshipping? You just said by using the word Rabb we strip Jesus from the word God. So who is this guy who is you are worshipping? And look, the Muslims, they translate the word Rabb. By the way, translation is false. You know, it doesn't say praise be to God. It says praise be to Allah, and Allah is not a word meaning God. Yes, it's a name of God, but it's not. I don't know who is this donkey here, the translator. Let us change the translator, because it's very stupid to translate the word Allah as God, for Allah is a name, not a word meaning God. Here we go. Praise be to Allah. All right. Here they translate the word. Where is the word Lord? What happened to the word Lord? It's gone with this translator. Look, what is this? Okay, let us change the translator. I mean, we have to keep jumping like monkeys from place to place. Let us see Shakir. The Lord appear again, the Lord of the Ring. All right. Look what Muhammad is saying to us. Muhammad is a Muslim gentleman who have always answer for us. The Lord does not mean God in the Bible. Other people are called Lord in the Bible. Yes, my friend, you can say that. But when a king, and you Muslim, you consider him a prophet, he called Jesus Lord. How he can be a Lord for a king? Can you tell me? How Jesus became the Lord of David? And not only he called him Lord, he called him Jehovah. Anyone can be a Lord of Trump. Trump is a president of USA. Who is his Lord? I want to use your logic. David is the most powerful king of the Jews. Who was his Lord? I'm waiting for your smart answer. You can search Google, or you can contact Gabriel, because he is the pizza guy who deliver always answer to Muhammad. So your answer is very silly, because here they are quoting David, and even the Messiah himself, who he called David, about what he said about him. And David is not just a guy who worked in the post office. He is a king. He is the king of Israel. He is the most powerful king of Israel, calling the Messiah my Lord. So what my Lord here? My Lord Jehovah. Right? So your answer is very silly and not accurate. And the funny, look what Qasim, he says, the Lord in the word Lord in the Bible, it does not mean God always, you know. I can say the same in the Quran. But when you put the Lord, the word Lord in front of a name, and that name mean God. If I ask Muslims what Christ mean, hey Muhammad Qasim, according to the cult of Islam, what the word Christ mean? Guys, do you want to wait for the answer? I give Qasim 10,000 years to give me the answer based on Islamic resource. Neither him, neither his prophet, neither his God know what a Christ mean. The second you call this person Christ, you just consider him God. Did you ask yourself here why they are calling him Yeshua and yet he have a title as Messiah? What does that title mean? Who is a Muslim want to tell me from those who read the article of which is written in the beard of Shabir Ali what the word Christ mean according to Islam? Anyone have an, don't tell me you have a religion speaking about Christ and you keep saying Al-Masih, 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 but you do not know what Al-Masih mean. That will be hilarious. If we go in the Quran, we will find the word Al-Masih appear many times. Okay, what Al-Masih mean? What does that mean? And who is the one who gave him the name? The Quran says Allah. Allah gave him the name. Do you see it? Okay, why he have this name? Isn't it enough to have the name of Isa? And by the way, who is Isa? Your God even could not quote the name of Yeshua correctly. Who is this guy Isa? We never met Isa. Did you know Isa? Who is Isa? Nobody heard of this name. So when your God he called Yeshua, or as it's called in the Quran Isa, he called him the Messiah. Can you Muslim explain to me why he called him the Messiah? No, you cannot. Can your prophet explain? No, he cannot. Why? Because he's a thief. He himself he do not know what a Messiah mean. So by having that name, you confirm that Jesus is God. Any Muslim would like to call us? They don't know. The same if you ask them what the word Israel mean. They don't know. What Abraham mean. They don't know. What Moses mean. They don't know. What Maryam mean. They don't know. So what do you know? What is the knowledge of this God, and what is the purpose of this book if this book he quote words do not know what it's mean? Someone saying Masihiyyin Najd kanu yusammunahu Isa. That is a false statement, my friend, because Masihiyyun Najd, as you say, to be in order to be calling their God a name, they have to bring a reason. How you change the name from Yeshua to Isa? What is that? They saw a movie and they decide to change the name. Muhammad, he took his knowledge from a false cults around him, not from the Christians. This is not a Christian use name. Umar Abdul Fattah. Okay, Mr. Omar, I just send you hi. Call me back, please. We have a Muslim. His name is Omar. He would like to call us. So let us see how good he is. I hope he is good like his prophet, because his prophet is amazing. Are you there, Mr. Omar? Let me give you a call. Omar is not ready. Okay, we are not going to force you to talk to us, but I will give you time to answer, to call me back. Otherwise, I will block you. All right? Call me, Omar. Call me. So the religion who is speaking about the Messiah is the last one to teach us about the Messiah, because even a very simple definition of a name they don't know. Why Allah called him the Messiah? Anyone knows? Anyone have an idea? Yes, Qasim, what? Why he was called the Messiah according to your religion? Do you have an answer? Did you search Google? I will give you 10,000 years to bring me an answer from your prophet. If your prophet never told you why he was called the Messiah, obviously that's mean he do not know. You do not know. And it's a shame that the prophet, he told us that Allah said the Messiah, but you Muslim do not know what the word Messiah mean. Guys, Mr. Muhammad, he sent me this text. Try not to laugh. The word Messiah, which is a nickname given to Jesus, is derived from the root mish. According to Ibn Abbas, Jesus was given this name because he touched various ill people, and he cured them by the permission of Allah. This is Ibn Abbas. Where is your prophet teaching? And by the way, the Messiah, he was given a name because he touched people. So you are saying to me that Jesus, when he touch you, he heal you. The hand of Jesus is the reason to be called the Messiah, and the hand of Jesus, the second it touch you, you became a cure by the will of Allah. Why Allah don't cure you without touching you by the hand of Jesus? Huh? Why Jesus, he can heal the blind by touching the eyes of the blind? What about say, hey Allah, I'm a prophet, I'm asking you to heal this guy. But you just said when Jesus, he touch a person, he is healed. What is the power in the hand of Jesus, Mr. Qasim, which you are assuming, according to the interpretation you gave me, is the reason for healing? Are you saying that God, he put in the hand of Jesus a power of healing, so the second he touch you, he heal you? Why Allah did not give that power to Muhammad? Why Allah did not give this power to Moses, to Abraham, to Isaiah? Why only one person in Islam, his name is the Messiah? Any Muslim have an answer? Only one person was given the Messiah, the name of the title of the Messiah. No, one person. In Islam there is no two. The other two will be the false Messiah, which is the Shaitan, Satan. He will claim to be the Messiah, which is proven again that the Messiah is God. Any Muslim can tell us why only the Messiah? Muhammadi answer again, said Allah did miracles through Isa. Prove it, guys. Allah, he did miracle through Isa. Okay, question: how come Allah did miracle through Isa, and this is mentioned in the Quran, but Allah never mentioned that Muhammad, he did the miracle in the Quran? This is my challenge to any Muhammadan in the whole world who want to show me a verse in the Quran saying that Muhammad, he did a miracle. Is that fair, guys? Including Mr. Muhammad Qasim. He said that the prophet, he did such a spit in the moon. That's a big fat lie. The Quran never say Muhammad split the moon. The Quran says the judgment day is near and the moon is split, which means the Quran reporting an incident, Nowhere it says that Muhammad split anything. Did you ask yourself why? And by the way, the moon is not splitted. This is additional lie. And number 3, this was a false prophecy, because the verse in the Quran there, it says that اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر, the last hour draw near and the moon split asunder. But this was a prophecy that this is a sign of a judgment day. It's not Muhammad making this miracle. Where in the verse it says mention the name of Muhammad? Nowhere. Muhammad, he saw the eclipse, he says the judgment day is near and the moon split, and now the Muslim, they say and they fabricate that this is the sign of Muhammad, he made a miracle. Not only that, if we go in the yellow pages, I mean the Quran, we will find this. Allah, he said, وَمَا مَنَعَنَا أَن نُرْسِلَ بِآيَاتِنَا, chapter 17, verse number 59. Nothing prevented us from sending signs except the fact that previous people denied them. So what Allah confirming here? That Allah never sent a sign. Guess what? This verse was given way after this verse. Anyone understand what the problem now? Anyone understand? Do you understand what happened? If this was a miracle done by Muhammad, and then way after a chapter saying that Allah refrained from sending miracles to Muhammad, that means Muhammad never have a miracle. Are you getting my point? The Quran confirmed, and after that verse was revealed, the chapter of the moon, saying I refrain, prevented us. How you can prevent God from doing miracles? Do you see here the falsehood of Muhammad, how he explained? Because why? People, they keep saying to him, give us a miracle. How come you don't have miracles? The excuse of Muhammad, he gave them this verse. Only guys, only Muslims can call me, please. I don't want Christian calls. You know the rules. Nobody call me unless he is a Muslim. We don't want to do what the Muslim do, like two Christians talking about Islam. We don't want to do that. Like Muslims, you know, they Shabir Ali, and he have his daughter in front of him, have 2 kilograms of makeup, and then they discussing about Jesus, if he's God or not, the father and his daughter, and now everybody is convinced. If you are a man, debate me. Don't bring your daughter and put her in front of you and you give her the question to ask you before you start the show. Even the questions you gave her is written by you. I mean, have you ever heard of somebody, he bring his daughter to ask him questions, and those questions are written by him? What about Shabir Ali be a man and say, hey Christian Prince, you call me, or you can only take questions from your daughter? Here we go, we are live on air. Where is Shabir Ali? Actually, we asked people to pause this video for Shabir Ali to call us. He was never there. This is why I always say I want Muslims to call me, not Christians. Because if we do what they do, you know, 2 Christians, okay, debunking Islam. Where is the Muslim in the story? We want a Muslim to call us. Who is a Muslim wanna call us? Who is a Muslim have the courage to call me? You see, you call me, get me busted live on air. Do you agree with Shabir Ali? If you agree, tell me how. Muhammad has no miracles. Muhammad, he could not even heal himself. He died by poison. The one who can heal others, cannot he heal himself? Very simple question. If God he gave Muhammad the power to split the moon, I assure you Muhammad he cannot even split a watermelon. If this man he can split the moon, which one is harder, to split the moon or to heal himself from little poison, 2 drop of poison? To split the moon or to stop a black magic which affect him? Have you ever heard of a prophet being given power of God, yet he cannot fight black magic, which is false anyway? Where is the power? Where is the miracle? The God of Islam, when Muhammad supposedly infected with the black magic, he sent the 3 angels to do a surgery to Muhammad to find what is behind the black magic. Where is the God power? Is this a story is real? No problem. Anyone can call me, and as long he is a Muslim. If you are a Christian, don't call me. I will reject your call. I will hang up on you. And my reason is very simple. We don't want to do what the Muslims do. We want people to hear the voice of Muslims, the answer of Muslims, not 2 Christians doing blah blah blah. This is what the Muslims do. Like in the Deen show. The guy in the Deen show, Yusuf State, he received a phone call in his cell phone without even ringing, and he answered the phone, but nobody heard the sound. Hello? Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, brother. Okay. I will answer your question. Let us hear the guy. There's nobody is calling. I called the Deen show. They never let me go. There's no calls. It's a fake show. There's nobody is calling. They will never dare to let anyone call in. Go and search a Christian prince to call in the Deen show. They hang up on me. If you have a question, call us in the Deen show. And we call them. Can Shabir Ali take a call from a Christian prince? Can Zakir Naik take a call from a Christian prince? Who can take a call from a Christian prince? Don't call me, I will call you. Hey Muhammad, how are you? Muhammad is reciting for us some verses from the Quran. Any Muslim? Who is the Muslim wanna call us? This is the miracle. We have a prophet who is bewitched. So what does that mean? Muhammad, he go to the bedroom, but he think he's in the bathroom. Oh Muhammad, don't do it there. This is the bed. Hey brother Muhammad, don't take off your clothes. This is the bed. This is not the toilet seat, man. This is what the story in front of me is saying that. You're a prophet, he do things, in fact, he did not. Do you see it? So the guy who split the moon, cannot he stop this stupid thing? Somebody took some hair from his body and control him? That's why I don't go to the barber shop. I'm afraid. Especially if it's a female, she can control me, brother. What is that? Why nobody did bewitching to any of other prophets? And why Allah could not save his prophet from the bewitching before it happened? My friend, the one who wanna call me, give me your Skype ID and I will call you, no problem. But again, you have to be a Muslim. So where is the power of Muhammad and where is the power of Allah? Where is the power of Allah when the goat ate the Quran? Isn't it Allah, he says nobody can destroy his words? And then we find that the goat ate it. What happened to the power of Allah? Allah was on vacation at that time. The goat took him into surprise. I thought Allah, he promised that his words is protected and nobody can corrupt them and nobody can eat them. Hey, by the way, Muhammad Qasim, if there's any verse in the Quran says nobody can eat the words of Allah? Where we can find those verses which eaten by the goat? But Allah says nobody can change or destroy the word of Allah. A goat did beat Allah. If a goat can do it, if a goat can do it, what I will say about my chicken? So when the Muslims, they made article trying to fabricate the meaning and change the direction of those verses in the Bible, they are obviously are not being honest, because as you see in Act it says that he is Lord and he is a Christ, and actually in the correct accurate translation it is Jehovah, not only he is Lord. And this was when even when David, he spoke about his Lord, the Lord said to my Lord. The Muslim, they say to you, where in the Old Testament we can find the Trinity? What? Brother editor, I trained the Christian. You tell me where in the Old Testament it said the Trinity. Like, hold on. Isn't it this is David? Is David from the Old Testament or from the New Testament? Huh? Who is the Lord? Jehovah said to my Lord. Who is the first Lord? Who is the second Lord? Huh? Okay, we have Mr. Zaki. Call me Mr. Zaki.